We've talked a lot about net neutrality. We've talked a lot about Donald Trump and net neutrality. We've talked a lot about how independent, non-corporate news like the David Pakman Show and so many other shows depend on a free and open internet in order to exist and succeed. Donald Trump clearly doesn't understand much of what net neutrality is, but he is against it. And that is sort of the theme of the Trump campaign. Trump making very strong declarations about things he knows very little about. Donald Trump on net neutrality once said that Obama's attack on the internet is a top-down power grab, that net neutrality is the fairness doctrine, and it will target conservative media. So clearly, Trump has no idea what net neutrality is, but that doesn't matter. And we've now heard from the FCC's 2 Republican members. They spoke to internet service providers 2 days ago and told them that they're going to get to work on destroying net neutrality rules, quote, as soon as possible. I'm talking about none other than Ajit and Michael O'Reilly. They sent a letter to 5 lobby groups that represent a bunch of different wireless carriers, ISPs of different sizes. And they are saying, soon after Trump is inaugurated, we're going to try to get that net neutrality nonsense destroyed. Here is a quote from their letter, and it is just disgusting. Quote, "We note that the new requirements are not in effect and not enforceable until January 17 of 2017. We want to assure you and your members that we would not support any adverse actions against small business providers for supposed non-compliance with the enhanced transparency rules after that date. And we will seek to revisit those particular requirements and the Title II net neutrality proceeding more broadly as soon as possible." So what is this a wink and a nod about from the Republican FCC members? Number one, they're saying, listen, the rules start January 17. And after that point, we have no interest in punishing anybody for not following them. And we're going to try to change those rules as soon as possible for you. And there's a really important key word in there. They talk about small businesses. We don't support actions against small businesses. This is a complete and total ruse, which has been created to give the impression that net neutrality hurts small businesses and small ISPs. The reality is that destroying net neutrality is a way to help ISPs and major businesses stand to gain millions upon millions of dollars. And it's a trick. They are trying to trick people.
Yes, this doesn't affect small businesses. This affects large media conglomerates. And I would love to hear Donald Trump articulate his position on net neutrality, too.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't hear any of that during the debates.
No, we heard he's against it. We heard it's bad. He's against it, and he's against anything Obama has done. The way in which small businesses are being sort of used as a ploy to convince people about how bad net neutrality is reminds me of the cigarette lobby. The cigarette lobby, funded by major big tobacco, started going to small bars and restaurants. I believe it was mostly in the 70s, although it may have been even earlier than that. They would show up at bars and restaurants and they would say, hey, listen, smoking bans that the local legislature is trying to pass, those are really bad for you because if people can't come to your restaurant or your bar and smoke, they're going to go elsewhere and it's going to be really bad for you. Now, it turned out it was bogus. If you can't smoke in any bars or restaurants, people still go. They either smoke before, after, or step outside during. We figured that out. The reality was it was framed as helping small business to keep smoking bans out. It was actually all a ploy to help big tobacco. And this is the exact same thing that I believe is going on here with net neutrality. This is one where you can activate. You can contact your representatives about this. If we already had our progressive engagement coordinator in place, they would be coordinating an effort across progressive media because there are few issues more important than net neutrality to independent progressive media. For now, you can go to senate.gov/senators/contact to contact your senators about this. You can go to house.gov/representatives/find to contact your congressional representative about this. And by the way, donate to the campaign we've got going on at davidpakman.com/donate. This is an issue that no matter what happens over the next 4 years in terms of specific cabinet picks or specific direction that we see the Republican Party go in, the attacks on net neutrality are going to continue, and we have to be prepared to fight back. Thanks for watching this video. Before you watch the next one, remember, we're raising money to expand the David Pakman Show Big League, as well as expand progressive activism Go to davidpakman.com/donate. Donations of any size are much appreciated.